بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وإيمانا وفقها في الدين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وتجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا رب العالمين. In our previous lesson, we discussed about tayammum, right? So, according to the arrangement of the author, we should be discussing salah today, right? Shuru to salah. But before that, we've discussed ablution, types of water, ablution, and then tayammum, and then also ghusl as well. So, and then the author did not mention wiping, the issue of wiping on the leather socks, and also wiping on the socks or bandage or turban. Okay, so I would like us to look at all these issues before we move on to salah, because wiping on the leather socks and then the turban, the veil, and also other things is related to ablution, tayammum, and then ghusl. Okay, so let's have this discussion before we move on to salah. So we'll be looking at wiping on the leather socks, that is khuff or khuffain. And then also we also discuss whether it's permissible. Is it permissible for a person to wipe on his socks? The socks made of what? Cotton. Is it permissible for a person to wipe on socks made of cotton instead of washing the feet? We look at that. Is it also permissible for a person to wipe on the turban or the imama or the kalansua, the cap, round cap like mine, right? And also for women, is it also permissible for a woman to wipe on a veil? And also, is it also permissible for a woman to wipe on their arm sleeves? You know, sometimes when they have this arm sleeve that they put on, right? Yes. So we also look at that. Instead of washing the arms, right? Is it permissible if she is wearing the arm sleeve to just wipe on it or not? So we will be looking at all these issues. So let's start with the khuff, al-khuffain. Al-khuffain. So this khuff, it's a socks, right? A socks made with leather. A socks made of what? Made of leather, right? Completely is what? It's a leather socks. That is called khuffani or khuffain, right? Khuff. So this has what? It has a ruling, specific ruling under purification. Okay, so when we mention ablution, we mention that ablution has what? Obligatory act, voluntary act, and then also what? Fadail, the meritorious act. And we said that washing the feet is what? It's fard, right? Yeah. It's obligatory. Okay, meaning if you don't wash the feet, what happens? The ablution is not what? It's not complete and it's not valid. Okay, so now instead of washing the feet, Islam has facilitated ease for Muslims in certain circumstances or in certain situations. Okay, so the Prophet ﷺ has been reported in several reports or recorded in several narrations and several hadith, numerous hadith that the Prophet ﷺ has wiped on his khuff, on his leather socks. So there's a hadith of Mughira bin Shu'bah. He said, كنا مع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في سفر فأوهيت لأنزع خفي فقال دعهما فإني أدخلتهما طاهرتين. Right, it's an authentic hadith. So Mughira bin Shu'bah said he was with the Prophet in one of his journeys, and then the Prophet was performing ablution, and he got close to what, to his feet, to washing the feet, and then the Sahabi squat or bow down to what, to take off the khuff of the Prophet. The Prophet was wearing khuff. So the Prophet, when the Prophet saw him, said, "No, leave the khuff, leave it, because I wore the khuff when I was with a valid ablution. I performed a valid ablution before, a complete ablution before wearing the khuff." So meaning in that case, he what? Then the Sahabi, the narrator said, then the Prophet said, "Leave the khuff because I wore it after I performed a valid ablution." And then the Prophet wiped over the khuff. Okay. So this hadith was narrated by more than 70 companions of the Prophet. Okay. So it's a very strong, authentic hadith, right? So now, this is khuff. Okay. So wiping on the khuff, there are certain conditions, preconditions on this particular issue. Not just khuff. We say, okay, this is khuff, then you just wipe on it or over it, and that's all. No, there are many things involved. There are many preconditions that we have to that we need to know. So let's start with what? With khuff. Okay. Khuffain, and after that, then we continue with what? With jawrabain. Okay, with jawrabain. So now before that, there are 4 things that you need to know, 4 or 5 things. First is khuff, right? Khuff, we said it's what? A leather sock. Socks made of what? Leather. Okay, and then we have jarmuk. Jarmuk is also a type of socks, but made with cotton. But on top of it, on the top layer, there's a leather lining on it, and then under it too, there's a leather. So this is jarmuk, right? So it has the same ruling as as khuff, and we will come to that. And then normally this jarmuk is bigger than khuff. So a person will wear khuff and then wear jarmuk on top of what? On top of khuff. Okay, all right. And then there's also jawrab. Jawrab is what? It's a socks, cotton socks. Socks made with what? Made of what? Cotton. That like the one we wear. Okay. And then there's also imama. Imama is what? Is the turban. Right? And then there's also jabira. Jabira is also what? Bandage. Right? Bandage or splint. Right? Okay, so keep this in mind. We refer to these terminologies or these things. So now there are preconditions when it comes to what? Wiping over the leather socks. Related to what? To the hoof itself, and then also conditions related to the wiper, the person who is what? Who is wiping the socks, the hoof. So now, the first condition, this is according to our madhab. Okay? This is according to our madhab. Okay. Now, the first condition is an yakuna jildan. This hoof, the leather socks, should be made of what? A leather. Right? Should be made of what? A leather. So it's what? The hoof should be made what? A leather. This and then also an yakuna jildan. So meaning here we understand that a hoof that is not made of what? A leather is not what? It's not hoof. Because the hoof known at the time of the Prophet is what? Is made of what? Made of leather. Right? So that's the first condition. And yakuna jildan. And then the second condition, and yakuna مخروزا, right? أن يكون مخروزا in the sense that it should be sewn, right? Not tied. Let's say we say that the first condition should be made of what? Leather, right? So this leather should be what? Should be sewn, not tied. Let's say you just get a leather, you tie it up on your feet and then you wipe on it. No, this it should what the khuff should what should be sewn, right?
Like
with thread.
Like already sewn, like
yes.
Just like you just put your leg inside.
Yes, that's it. So it should not be just a leather, then you use it to tie your feet and then wipe on it. No, it should should be sewn. Right. Is that clear?
Yeah, sure.
And then أن يكون طاهرا. أن يكون طاهرا. It should be also what? It should be pure. Pure in the sense that it should be made of what? Of a leather of an animal that is what? Permissible, that its consumption is permissible, or its usage is what? Is permissible.
Is it usage and consumption or only usage?
Yeah, so both, either of the two, either consumption or usage. So now, here it means that we can't, when you can't wipe on the hoof, on a hoof which was made with what? With leather of a pig, for instance. Leather from what? From the skin of a pig, right? So why? Because the consumption of what? Of pork is what? Is haram. So the pork itself, I mean, the pig itself is what? Its consumption is haram, and then anything on what? On the pig is also what? Its usage is haram. So the skin, the fat, the meat, everything is what? Is haram, right? But the other, the leather of what? Other animals is also what? Is permissible, right?
That's only pig.
Yeah, only pig. Yeah, only pig. Is that clear? أن يكون طاهرا. So أن يكون طاهرا, it also means that they should what? They should not be. It should be free from what? Any impurities, right? It should be free from what? Any impurities, right? There should not be any impurity on what? On the hoof, right? If there's any impurity in there on the hoof, you have to what? You have to get rid of what? Of the impurity before you wipe it.
So which type of impurity are you talking about?
Impurities. What? How many impurities do you have? How many impurities do you have?
Major in.
Yeah, so if I say najasa, it's najasa. That is urine, feces, mazi, money. All these are what? All these are impurities. So if there's something of this sort on the hoof, you have to what? You have to get rid of it before you can wash, before you can wipe. So an yakuna tahira, right? So and then also the hoof, the fourth one is أن يمكن تتابع المشي عليه, مشي فيه. So it should be a hoof durable that it's durable, that you can walk in it, right? It should not be light. It should not be light to the extent that when you walk to a certain distance, what happens? It tears, right? So when you walk to a certain distance and it tears, then it's not what? That disqualifies it from what? From this wiping. So it should be durable enough for you to walk in it, right? أن يمكن تتابع المشي فيه. Is it clear? All right. And then the fifth one is you should cover.
So is it one or
fifth? The fifth one. The fifth condition.
because for me I'm on six.
Free from impurity.
Mashallah. Go ahead. Right? So the fifth one is it should cover the feet, the entire feet to the ankle. It should cover the entire feet to what? To the ankle. Do you get it?
No, I'm saying.
Meaning, let's say that this is the feet, right? This is the feet and this is the ankle. So any khuff that covers only the feet and does not cover the ankle is what? It's not permissible to wipe on it, right? So it should be what? A khuff with what? With leg, as they say. A khuff with leg, not what? A khuff that covers only what? Only the feet. It should also cover what? The ankle. See, since washing of the feet, the ankle is what is included in what? In washing of the feet, right? So the khuff should cover the ankle.
It's permissible even if it's longer than the ankle.
Yeah, it's permissible. Yeah, towards the shin, it's permissible. Yeah, is it clear?
No.
So these are what? These conditions must what? The khuff that a person will be wiping on should what? Should fulfill this what? These conditions, preconditions. Is it clear?
No.
Okay. Is it clear?
No.
Any question before we proceed? So these conditions are what? Are conditions related to what? To the khuff itself, right? The leather socks that you what? That you'll be wiping on. So these conditions, these leather socks should what? Should meet what? These conditions. Okay. So there are also conditions that the person wiping it should what? Should meet. The wiper himself, there's a condition related to what? To the wiper. Okay. So the first thing is that the person should wear the khuff after a complete ablution. The person should wear the khuff after what? After a complete ablution. What does it mean? It means that after you perform complete ablution, then you what? Then you wear the khuff. So it means that if you wear the khuff before you perform ablution, you can't what? You can't wipe on the socks. Why? Because you wore the khuff with what? Without complete what? Ablution.
No.
Is that clear?
No.
Are you sure? Do you get this?
No, I'm saying.
Okay. So, أن يلبسه على طهارة كاملة. And then the purification, the second condition is the purification. The purification should be done with what? With water. Meaning ablution, that ablution should be done with what? With water. Do you get it? So meaning, it means that when you have, let's say, a valid, when you are pure, meaning, we say that tayammum is also what type of purification, right? So now let's say that you can't find water. Okay, you can't find water, and you performed tayammum before wearing the khuff, right? So when you find water and you're about to perform, and you want to perform ablution, will you wipe over the socks or you have to wash the feet?
You have to wash the feet.
You have to wash the feet. Why?
Because the rule says you have to get a complete.
Yes, you have to wear the khuff. After what? After a
After
complete ablution. Do you get it? So that's what. That's the second. That's the second condition.
Sir, does that mean that maybe you perform khuff for salah, maybe salatul, maybe on your genuine desert, and you perform khuff with the sand?
What?
You perform khuff using.
You perform tayammum.
You perform tayammum.
Okay.
Yeah, you perform tayammum while wearing your khuff to pray, and later on it was. My question is answered.
It's answered. Mashallah.
Yeah, I remember the time you used to do this one.
Two tayammum
Two tayammum.
for two prayers. Or
Yeah,
two,
one tayammum for two.
Sorry,
prayers.
one tayammum for two prayers. Mashallah. Yeah, that's big for you, man. Yes, sir, yeah. So, and then The third one is the person should know the person wiping it, or it's not permissible for a person to wipe over the khuff in a state of what? Disobedience. What does this mean? It means that when a person is in a state of, is in ihram. Ihram is a state, right? Let's say you want to perform umrah and want to perform hajj. You have to what? You have to first go into what? Into the state of what? Of ihram. Meaning, that state of ihram, there are many things that you can't do. You get it? So, among the things that you can do is you can't use perfume, right? You can't use sewn clothes, right? Like jilbab, abaya, and all that. You can. We are talking about what? About the men, right? And also anything sewn, you can't what? You can't use it. So one of the things that are sewn is what? Is the khuff.
Yeah.
We said that in the conditions pertaining the khuff, we said it should be sewn. So you can't wear anything sewn, be it a trouser, jilbab, anything, even a cap you can't wear. So when you wear it in a state of ihram, you can't what? You can't wipe on it because you wore the khuff in a state of what? Disobedience. Do you get it?
No, sir, I don't.
You don't get it?
Yeah. So during the ihram, when you are in that state, we don't wear anything. That's in terms of shoe or
No, you don't wear it.
barefooted.
No, not barefooted. You can wear something like slippers, yeah. But you don't wear anything. I mean, sewn. Yeah, that's not like the hoof or shoe or something.
Oh, okay, but then if I'm getting, that means if you are in the ihram, that means you can't wear khuff.
Yeah, you can't wear hoof. Why? Because the hoof is sewn.
Oh.
You
So
get it?
Oh.
You get it? So when you wear it, if you wear it, you are what? You are disobeying what? You violated the rule of what? Ihram. Therefore, you can't what? You can't wipe on it. Why? Because you're in the state of what? Disobedience. By wearing what? For wearing the hoof. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. So, and the fourth condition, a person cannot wipe over the leather socks. If the person wears the hoof out of for luxury or out of for showing off, let's say that the person don't actually need to wear the hoof, by just wearing it to what? To show off or for just a luxury. You understand? So in this state, it's not what? It's not permissible to what? To wipe on it.
So please come again.
I said that the fourth condition here, you should wear it. Let's say you in a state of necessity, not just in a state when just for comfort or for luxury or for showing off. You understand? So you should wear it because you need to what? You need to wear it because you don't have to, because maybe because of your schedule or because of the weather or something, you can't be removing the hoof and then wash the feet. I mean, let's say you're on a journey or you are even a resident, right? But you are busy or you are occupied with many work. So when performing ablution, removing the hoof and then washing the feet, it will take time. So when you wear this, it's what? Because of what? Because of necessity, right? But if you don't need all this, then wearing it will be considered what? A luxury or a comfort or a showing off. Because some also, they wear it just to what? To show off that yes, there are people like that. So it should not be worn in what? Out of what? Out of comfort or luxury or showing off. So when you wear it in this with this particular intention, then you can't wipe over the hoof. Is it clear? Alright.
See, according to the description, it's more like the hoof is something you can pray with.
Yes. Yes. Can you wear socks and pray with your socks? Same as hoof.
Because
Right? But that does not mean you can wipe on socks. We will come to that. Yes, you can. Of course, after. Why did you wear the hoof?
the hoof.
Yeah, you wore it so that what? So that you can wipe on it instead of what? Washing the feet. So why do you have to remove it when you're going to pray? So you can pray with it.
So the wearing of hoof also has intention.
No, you don't have to do intention. But of course, as we said, it should not be out of luxury or comfort or showing off. With that showing off and then comfort and luxury, of course, you have the motive is there before you wear it. You get it? Is it clear?
Yes, but not entirely.
Okay.
So, for instance, can we wear hoof to walk everywhere? Like, maybe you wear it to walk on the street.
Okay. Now, brother, the hoof, the hoof, what they used to do is they wear it and then they wear a sandals or a shoe. Right? That's what they do. So it's like a socks at that time. But they also they also walk on it. They walk in it. They walk in what? In the hoof. You get it? Some wear and then wear jarmuk on top of it. And we said the jarmuk is bigger than what? The hoof. And then some also wear the hoof. And then on top of the hoof, they wear what? Shoe on it. You get it? So that's it. So you can do the same. Okay? You wear the hoof and then wear your shoe. Yeah.
But say it's not easy.
It's not easy. Have you ever tried?
2 shoes.
No, it's not too short. So we said it's a leather socks, brother. It's a socks but made of what? Made of leather.
I think I've seen one of the Turkish more ones with the nose.
Yeah. So people still use hoof.
So, hope, is it this one of Moses?
No. Hoof? Do you know socks? Do you know
Normal socks.
Yes.
Yes.
You know socks. So think of socks. Hoof as a socks. Alright? But made with leather. That's it.
But still, our previous lesson, you said you bring one
Hoof.
yes, to show.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he should us.
So you've never seen hoof?
Because for me,
You've never seen hoof? Alright. Inshallah you'll see a hoof.
I don't know whether it's called for the book, but there's some like you wore it, you can walk on it.
Yes.
Yeah, you even play with it.
Yeah. You
So
walk
tell us that the Moses.
Yeah, so
So the reason why I asked whether you can walk everywhere with it is maybe probably it might contain them. And at the same time you are going to pray with it as well.
You know, we said one of the conditions is that it should be what? It should be durable enough for you to walk in it, right? This is one of the conditions. But that doesn't mean that you wear the hoof and then be walking in the hoof to everywhere. Now no one does that. At the time it's possible. Why? Because they live in a desert. Everywhere is what? Is sand. There's sand everywhere. So it does not what? Contract any impurity. You get it? But nowadays, there are streets, and you are in the city, man. You get it?
when you were on
Especially, I've been asking.
Okay. So is all this clear?
No.
Sure.
Now let's look at things that invalidate wiping of hoof.
So about the condition related to the wiper, it's just 4.
Yeah, that's it.
There can be 5.
Of course.
Okay, you know the fifth one. Since you
No, the reason I'm asking, maybe it may be more, but these are the most important.
So even some they narrow it to 3, 2, or 2. Yeah. So, is this clear?
No, sir.
So, now let's say that you've performed ablution, right? A complete ablution with water. Okay? When you say ablution, that means you performed with what? With water, right?
No, sir.
So you performed ablution, complete ablution, right? Valid complete ablution. And then you wore khuff. So when you wore the khuff, now after wearing the khuff, some few minutes later, or some few hours later, you invalidated your ablution. From that moment, if you want to perform ablution again, then you don't have to remove your khuff to wash the feet. You can what? You can after washing the parts of ablution, when you get to the feet, you just what? You just wipe on it, right? So now let's demonstrate how do you wipe, right? Then we'll come to what invalidates the permissibility of wiping. Okay, so now this is, let's say that now you wore your khuff, right? After what? After a complete ablution, and then you've invalidated your ablution. You want to what? Renew your ablution. So you've what? You washed all the necessary parts that you're supposed to wash, and then you got to the feet, right? So now this is the feet with khuff over it, right? This is the feet with the khuff over it, right? This is the ankle. So we said that the khuff should cover the entire feet, including the ankle. Okay. So now when you get to the feet, what do? You just wet. What? You renew water. You wet your palm. Then you what? You wipe it from here, from the toes to what? To the ankle. So you wipe over it like this. You don't wipe what? Beneath it or under it. No. You what? Wiping on top over the khuff. On top of it is what? Is foul. Right? But wiping under it is what? Is recommended, sunnah. You understand? So you can suffice with what? Wiping only this. But you can't suffice with what? Wiping under it. Why? That one is sunnah. So meaning if you suffice with wiping under it,
Then you haven't completed.
yes, because you've left what? Foul. You get it? Is it clear?
Yeah, but I say here we don't have what's the name? The fadoil, like to make sure you make everything. So you make sure what that is.
No. So here, of course, you make when wiping over it, you make sure that water touches what? On top of it, everywhere. So you what? As we said, you renew the water and then wipe like this to the ankle.
Okay.
You know, that's it. So you wipe like this. So you make sure water touches everywhere. But not to wear it, sorry, not to wet it, right? You renew the water and then wipe on it, right? Okay. Is it clear?
No.
So you do that to the left feet, and then same to what? To the right. So you start with what? With the right feet, then to the left feet, right? So when wiping, you wipe from what? From the toes to what? To the ankle. So let's say that the khuff ends here, and this is the ankle, right? So what do? You wipe till what? Till here, right? When you only wipe here to the end of the feet, you've not what? You've not wiped. Is it clear?
So the same applies when it's very long.
No, when it's, let's say, to the shin, you don't have to do it. You don't have to wipe it to the shin. No, you can wipe only what? To the ankle, including the ankle. You get it?
No.
Again, question on the ankle. With ablution, the same applies to the hoof, or because they are with ablution, like a little bit. So with the hoof too, a little bit, or on the ankle.
No. I said when washing, you wash the ankle, including the ankle, right? So when wiping, you wipe also what? Above the ankle a bit. So when you do that, what happens? Yeah, you've included on the ankle. Is it clear? So when you are washing too, you wash what? You wash the ankle. When you do that, you've included the ankle, so you've washed it, you've washed what? The feet very well. Is it clear?
Sure.
Okay. So now let's look at the things that invalidate.
Say again, like this.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like this. You get it? Uh-huh.
And so you said during that when you are maybe performing the hoof after you have a complete ablution and you've invalidated ablution, you can wipe over it. It doesn't matter what kind of invalidity. I mean, what kind of whatever that invalidated your ablution.
Of course, it matters. We will come to that. Right? It matters. Do you get it? So the invalidator, it matters. So we will come to that. So are we clear with all we explained?
Sure.
Okay. Let's move on. Now, let's look at the things that invalidate the permissibility of what? Of wiping. So we said that when the conditions that we mentioned are met, then wiping is what? Wiping is permissible and it's valid. There are certain things when it happens, you can't what? You can't wipe over it. Is it clear? Okay. So wiping, anything that invalidates ablution, invalidate the wiping. Right? Let's say that you what? You wore your khuff after complete ablution. Okay? So after that, after some few hours, you invalidated the ablution. You nullified your ablution, right? Okay. And you want to renew your ablution. In this case, you can what? You can wipe it. So now, let's say that what invalidated your ablution? You went and what? Urinated. So this has invalidated. This is a minor what? Hadath. Alright? Or you fell asleep. You fell asleep. So you slept deeply. We say it's not every sleep that invalidates ablution. Do you remember?
No, sure.
Okay, so the sleep has to what?
Deep.
It has to be deep and long. Right? So even if it is deep and short, it's still what? It's still invalidated. Do you get it?
No.
Do you remember all this?
No, sure.
So let's say, طويل ثقيل, and then the rest. Okay. So now or you fell asleep. So this is also a nullifier of what? Of ablution. Or you went to urinate and you saw muddy, or you engage in what? In long sexual, in thinking of something, sexuality, and then you saw what? You saw muddy. So all these what? Invalidate the ablution, right? Okay. So here, when you let's say want to renew your ablution, what happened here? You can what? You can wipe on it, right? Because all these are what? Minor impurities, minor hadath, right? But let's say that you've what? You've ejaculated, right? You've ejected a sperm. In this case, what happens here? You have to perform what? Ghusl, not ablution. Okay. So here, when you are performing ablution, what do?
You wash the feet.
You have to remove the khuff. You can't say you wore the khuff after a valid ablution. Therefore, when you are performing the ghusl, when you get to the feet, you just wipe on it. What do? You take off the khuff, perform ghusl, wash the feet very well. After the ghusl, then you can what? You can wear the khuff. Is it clear?
No.
So if it is a minor hadath, minor impurity, that necessitates ghusl, then that invalidates what? Permissibility of what? Wiping on over the khuff. Is it clear?
No.
Okay. So now, let's move on to
Invalidated of hoof.
yeah. So this is what we mentioned. Yeah, and then this one of the invalidators, and then the other invalidator is that the removal of what? Of the khuff also invalidates permissibility of what? Wiping. What does this mean? It means that, let's say that you wore your hoof after a valid ablution, right? Then you were walking, and then the hoof just left your feet, or you just removed from your feet, right? So in this case, when you wear it again, and then you invalidate your ablution, and you want to renew ablution, you can't what? You can't wipe on it again, right? So the removal of the hoof, whether intentionally or mistake, it what? It invalidates the permissibility of what? Wiping over it. Is it clear? So let's say that after you wore your hoof, something fell in the hoof, and you want to remove it. So you removed the hoof, you removed that thing, and then you wore it again. So it is what? You've invalidated the permissibility of wiping. So when you want to renew your ablution, after you've removed it and wear it again, you can't wipe. You can't wipe over the hoof. Is it clear? Okay. So these are the invalidators of what? Of wiping over the hoof. In addition with the invalidators of ablution. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. So here specifically, there are two invalidators of wiping over the hoof. That is the major impurity, that is janaba, and what? Removal of what? Of the hoof. Is that clear?
So, do we wash the hoof?
When you wear it?
No, maybe naturally.
Let's say that you wore it for some time and it's dirty, right? Yeah, you can wash it, right? But when you are wiping it, you are not ordered to what? To wash it. You are ordered to what? To wipe it. So when you wash it, let's say that you washed the necessary part of that ablution, and you go to the feet, and you say, okay, let me just wash it to clean it. This does not suffice. You've not done what you're supposed to do.
But you can wash it and wipe.
No. If you want to wash it before you wear it, right? But or you can You can decide to wash it before you get to the wiping. Like let's say that you are about to perform ablution, and you've realized that the hoof is not clean. So you can just wash it, start your ablution. When you get there, you wipe. You get it? But you can't say that there's something on it. So when you get to the feet, instead of wiping, you wash. This is your ablution is still not complete and valid. Is it clear? Okay. So now, any question on the wiping of the hoof?
Say yes.
Okay.
So you mentioned we have the hoof that is made but not completely with leather.
Yeah, that's jarmuk.
Okay, the jarmuk. Do we pray with the jarmuk as well?
Yeah, so what they do is they wear the hoof, and then on top of the hoof, they wear what? The jarmuk. So here, when you are wiping, you can wipe on the jarmuk, no problem, right? Since it's on what? On top of what? On top of the hoof. So let's say that when you perform the valid ablution, you wore the hoof, then you wore the jarmuk. So here, it's fine. When you are renewing your ablution after you've invalidated it, you can what? You can wipe over what? Over the jarmuk. But let's say that after you've performed a complete ablution, you wore hoof and then jarmuk, and then during your activity you took off the jarmuk, and then you want to perform ablution again. You have to wipe on what?
Yeah.
On the hoof. You get it? Yeah.
So, is it the same wiping? Because since some of the parts are not made with the leather.
So now let's say that this is jarmuk. Okay. Jarmuk completely is made of what? Cotton. And then on top like this, the top like this, there's leather here. But here only this part of it is what? Is cotton. And then under here, it's also what? Leather. So it's kind of what? It's like the hoof. You get it? It's like the hoof. Just that there's a cotton inner lining in it. You understand?
But say, is it possible to wear the jarmuk without it?
Yeah, it's yeah. You get it?
It also follows the condition when wiping. as well.
Yes, yeah. Is it clear? Any other question? Okay. So now let's move on to what? To jawrab. Jawrab is what? Jawrab. It's socks. Made of what? Cotton. So it's our normal socks that we wear. Okay? Alright. So can we wipe on the socks as we wipe on the hoof? No. Okay. Is there any other madhab? Is this madhab of Shaib? Is there any other madhab? Or other opinion? Okay, so now, in our madhab, the madhab of Maliki, we don't wipe on what? On a socks. You get it? We don't wipe on a socks made of what?
Cotton.
Made of cotton. Now, part of the condition we mentioned of the hoof itself, we said it should be what? It should be made of what? Leather. Right? And then also there's also kind of something attached to it, to it being leather. Meaning, after wiping over it, water, the hoof should not absorb the water, or water should not touch the feet. So even if you call it a hoof, and then when you wipe over it, water touches the feet, then it's not what? The wiping is not valid. Water should not touch what? Touch the feet. So now, when you look with this in mind, socks, let's say, you've washed all the part of ablution and then you go to the feet. And you are wearing what? Socks made of what?
Cotton.
Cotton. So see, brothers, if it is hoof, I'll say hoof. If it is socks made of cotton, I'll say what? Just socks. You get it? Okay. Or jawrab. If I say jawrab, hope it's clear, right?
No.
Okay. So now you are wearing jawrab or socks, right? When you wipe over it, will the socks absorb the water?
Yes.
Can the water reach the feet?
So it depends.
Yes.
Okay. It depends. Okay, let's hear it. It depends on what?
Yeah. You see, when you are wiping, though it's not good to wipe. But if you are wiping over it, just like the way you wet your hand. So this time you wet your hand, just do like that.
Yeah.
So it's not entirely water touching your feet. The socks wouldn't absorb the water because you are just wiping. You are not wetting it.
Yes, but okay, that's also understandable. But then it will depend on what? The thickness of what?
The socks.
The socks. Okay? Alright. So let's say that. So here in our madhab, it's not what? It's not permissible to what? To wipe on what? On jawrab, on socks made of what? Cotton. Is it clear?
No.
Okay. But if, let's say, you can't find hoof, and then you want to wipe on a socks, on a jawrab, on a socks made of cotton, there are certain conditions that need to what? To be fulfilled. That is, the socks should be thick and durable enough that you can walk in it to a distance without tearing. Without tearing. So it's difficult to wear socks, walk on it without shoes. Just walk in what? In the socks to a certain distance, except what? The socks what? Will tear. Do you agree with me?
With the distance, could you mean a very, very distance?
Like 3 kilometers from it. Can you walk 3 kilometers in a socks without it tearing?
No.
It's really difficult, right? It will definitely tear. But you can do the same with what? With hoof without tearing. Why? Because it is leather, right? So if you want to wipe on the socks should what? Should be as thick as hoof. That when you wipe over it, water the socks does not what absorb the water, or the water does not touch the feet. Immediately the water touches the feet, then it is what it is, disqualifies it. You can't wipe over it. You get it? But in our mazhab generally, you can wipe on what? On a socks made of what? Cotton. Okay. So now, especially nowadays, you find people actually wiping on what? On socks. And then we have different types, different designs of what? Of socks. Right? There are socks that it only covers the feet. Does not even get to what to the ankle. Does not even cover on top of the feet. There are socks like that, right?
Yeah.
But you still find people
Wiping.
wiping on the feet. You get it? This is not permissible. This is not allowed. When you do that, it is as if you perform ablution without washing the feet. And you go and pray with what? With invalid ablution. Do you get it? And then also there's also a type of socks that is really light.
Yeah.
Right? It's really light.
Very transparent.
Yeah, it's even transparent. So such things too, you can't wipe on it. Right? But there are socks also made of what? And it's 100% cotton. It's a bit thick, not transparent, not light, so light. So with that socks, if you see someone wiping over it, don't condemn the person. Don't condemn. If the person wants to know, you can teach the person that in our mazhab, you don't wipe on socks. But if the person is doing that, don't criticize, don't condemn the person completely, because there are minority of scholars who see that wiping on the socks is also what? Permissible. But these are really majority. Sorry, minority, right? So when you see someone doing it, don't condemn. If it's someone who is willing to learn, you teach the person. But if you see the person and you know that when you tell the person, it will cause confusion and then argument, just leave the person, right? Then pray that Allah accepts it, right?
Shay, does that mean all the mazhab has come to the same conclusion?
No, majority, like our madhab and then madhab of Hanafiya and madhab of Shafi'iyya, right? But madhab of Hanbaliya, some Imam Ahmad has the condition that I gave you, that a sock should be thick as khuff, and then it should be durable, that a person can walk in it to a distance of 3 kilometers is what is a condition that was given by those who said you can wipe over a socks made of what? Cotton. Do you get it? So this what? If a person wants to wipe on a socks made of cotton, then it should be what? As thick as khuff, and then can be walked on in, right? You can walk in the socks to that distance without tearing. Okay. But if you know that the socks is not as thick as khuff, and then when you walk in it to that distance, it will tear. Rather do yourself what? Just things to not to wear. But as I said, if you see someone doing it, don't condemn completely and don't also criticize the person. No, I feel I'm going to say,
Say, maybe what if that person is of a different mazhab? Maybe that person is of the minority. He also believes, with the condition that it won't be this one. Yeah, and you came to meet him and he's challenging you with, like, you are trying to tell him and he's also telling you according to the mazhab.
Yeah, so that's it. He is following the minority, you know. But I would advise you not to what? Not to wipe or not on the jawrab, yeah.
So, for us like this, now we know. Can we wipe on socks? For us.
Is it?
No.
I'm saying. Brother, I'm just advising. So, as I said, in our madhab, we don't what? The mother of Maliki, they don't permit wiping on what? On the socks made of what? Cotton. Okay? And yeah. Okay, but as I said, if let's say you are in a weather that is really cold, a very cold weather, that's removing the socks. I mean, washing the feet whenever you perform ablution, it causes harm. Yeah, I mean, like it takes time, it causes harm. Like you can't find warm water. I mean, then you can follow the madhab of what minority. But if let's say you are a resident, you know, in your country the weather is really good, like
but
ours.
there's no electricity. Yeah, but we understood.
Yeah, so is it clear?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So now let's move on to what?
But there's another question.
Okay.
No, the type of socks we also have lining. A socks made with lining.
Which socks is it?
See, with that one too, it's like elastic. Yeah, but the water doesn't go inside it like that. It's lining though, it's not really thick. But when you wipe with it, you don't feel the water. As in the water doesn't touch your leg. So with that one too. What about that?
Yeah, it still fall under what? Under the khuff.
But you can walk with it for a distance.
So if you can't walk,
But the water
Say
doesn't,
again.
because it's lined, it doesn't, the water will go inside just like that.
can you walk on it?
You can walk, but not up 3 kilometers. Like, I can walk.
Then
with
be
it.
yourself and
But Shay, all those conditions, if one is missed out, can you still perform hope?
brother, all these conditions must be met. You have to what? Must be fulfilled.
No.
Not one of it. If one is missing, then the condition are not met. So now let's see that there's a khuff made of leather, right? A pure leather, right? But does not cover the feet to the ankle. There's one condition missing here, which is
Yeah. Covering the ankle.
should what? It should cover that. So on this khuff, can you wipe over it? You can't. You get it? So now let's move on to what? To Jabira. To Jabira. Jabira, we said it's what? No. Jabira? It's bandage.
Bandage.
Yeah, bandage. So bandage. Now let's say that you have what? You have injury or a wound on the arms or the arm or any part of the body that you wash during ablution. Okay, and then there's, let's say on your right arm like this, right here, there's an injury here, and then there's bandage on it. Okay, so here when you are performing ablution and you get to the arm, you have to, normally you have to wash from the fingertips to what? To the elbow, right? Now with the bandage, what will you do? You have to wash or you have to wipe?
You have to wipe.
You have to wipe. Why?
Yeah, because you don't want the water to enter.
Yeah. So now, if you look at when you wash, what will happen when you wash?
It depends.
It depends. Now, when you wash, if you to what? If you to cause harm to the wound or injury, then what happened? You have to what? You have to wipe. Also, when you wash, if you to prolong the healing process, you still have to also what? Wipe. You get it? you don't have to what? When you know that when you wash, it will cause you harm, it will harm or it will put your life in danger, or the injury or the healing process to prolong it or something, then you have to what? You have to wipe. So you wipe where the bandages, and then you wash where there's no what? There's no bandage, right? So let's say it's here from the wrist to the middle of the arm. So you wipe here, and then you wash here, without water flowing under the bandage. Is it clear? So you want to ask a question?
I said, what if let's say you wash, and then sometimes when you have an injury inside, and then water touches the bandage, that connects to the injury. And now it smells, not that you do anything, but you just smell, like you give this smell. So can you still you enter with that smell?
So you try to be careful water don't run under the bandage, right? You try, even if you can, let's say you wash the hand, but without, we said washing is what? Run water on the hand, and then what? And then rub it, right? Okay, so now with this you don't have to run water, because when you run water, what will happen? Water will enter under the bandage. So you don't have to do that. You can just wet the hand, right? Then rub over it this way. If even you can, you just clean it immediately, or you make sure water don't run under the bandage.
Again, I don't know if you heard some, maybe fire, or maybe maybe from the leg to the now what's the name?
To the knee.
Now you wear shorts because air
for air to blow on it,
Now water to even you shouldn't rub so that
you can't wash on it.
You can't wash on it. Now what do you have to do?
So Shoaib is asking that if, let's say, you have a bend, okay, and you have to perform ghusl ablution, okay. So the bend, it has bent, the feet, from the feet to the knee, right? And then when performing ablution, washing the feet is also what? Washing the feet to the ankle is what is obligatory. So in this case, what do you do? Now, of course, as we explained, in this case, there's a bend there, right? So, there's a wound too. So what do? You can't wash the feet, right? You can't wash the feet. If there's bandage there, you rub. Okay, you rub entirely. You rub on it
entirely.
No. You rub on it entirely, because you have to wash, but because of the bandage, you are not washing. So you rub on it entirely. You just wet the hand. If, let's say, when wetting the hand to what will cause you harm, if wetting the hand to will cause you harm, you make sure that there's no you don't wet it that much, right? You don't wash it, you don't wet the hands that much, then you rub on it. That's what you do. And then the rest of the part, you wash them. So you rub where you can wash. The part that you can't wash, you rub. Is it clear?
So what if you can't wash?
You can't wipe.
You can't wipe.
You can't wash.
You can't wipe.
You can't wipe.
Water shouldn't come.
Water shouldn't. In this case, you perform tayammum. You perform tayammum.
Even with water.
Yes. Even with water, you have to what? You perform tayammum. Is it clear? So here, if you remember when we were discussing tayammum, we discussed that there are circumstances where there's water available, but then the circumstance that does not permit you to use water. So this is one of it, because of sickness or maybe injuries or something like that. You can't perform ablution with water. So in that case, you have to perform time. Is it clear?
So, with the tayammum, looking at someone with that
Tayammum.
condition, tayammum, looking at someone with that condition, that's maybe because the hospital realized that it's a Muslim and has to perform, so they collected some fine sign for the person, so that you can you use the same sign over and over again for a man to not
Yes,
be
yes,
able to-
yes. Even if it doubt will take you 10 years in that condition, you can use the same sand to perform.
Say again, on the hand, the tayammum, will you use the sand to, I mean, still
Wipe it.
wipe it or what?
So your question was what? The injury, the wound is what? On the
And
feet.
then now,
Yeah, because I've seen some before.
Mhm.
Because some back, they got bent from the
From the feet.
to the thighs.
Wow.
Okay, so maybe someone to use there, maybe.
Okay, so now let's say that it's what? It's the arm. Let's say from here to the elbow. So what is the hukum of what? Wiping the wrist to the elbow when performing the it's sunnah. I mean, we said what? I mean,
to the,
rubbing or wiping the hands is what?
the wajib,
It's wajib, it's fard, right? And what the other fard is what?
the wiping of the
The
face.
face, right? Okay. So these are the only two fard here, right? But we said rubbing from the wrist or from here to the elbow is what? Is sunnah. So if the injury or the wound or the bandage is here, you don't have to what? You don't have to rub. Since it's sunnah, you suffice with what? With this, the face, then the hand, like this.
Say, come again. You said the hand, washing the hand is sunnah.
No. Yeah,
I
washing
did not
of
say
the.
washing the hand. I said rubbing the hand when performing tayammum.
Okay.
It's what? It's
Okay.
sunnah, not fard. Is it clear?
I'm sure. Say, what if there is a condition of a person, maybe a bent on the face, and that person is not supposed to even touch the place, let alone to talk of water or maybe anything that will come. So what about this case of the person?
Yeah.
Can
so,
you do it virtually? Maybe you touch some parts and
no. This what? This will cause harm, and it's also it might lead. It also
worse.
might worsen the situation and also prolong the healing process. So what do? You wash where you can and then leave the face. Yeah.
But you can wash the part that's okay. You can wipe the part that is okay, or you
Yeah.
just leave it
So
there.
you just wipe. Yeah, like this.
Okay, so
Make sure water touches them.
that means if maybe where is bent, maybe is wajib, or maybe it's sunnah, you leave it.
Yeah, if it's sunnah, then that's okay, right?
Okay.
Yes. But if it is wajib too, and then washing it will cause you harm, then you leave it, even if it is wajib. But if it is sunnah, mashallah, then you are good to go. You get it? Yeah, you get it. But that doesn't mean we are not saying that what is sunnah is not what is not important, right? So and then there's also something called splints. So it's like bandage, right? That they use for
Is that the one that is like POP?
no POP. POP.
I mean, it's like POP.
Yeah.
Alright, so
But
that's
you
white.
have, like,
Yeah.
That's white kind of thing, right? Okay, so I don't know that.
Like clay.
Yeah, so with this you what? You wipe. I don't know the name. You wipe on it, right? And also the splints too. You also what? You wipe on it. You get it. So now let's move on to what? To the hand, the arm sleeve. You know, there's an arm sleeve. This tight that they wear from the wrist to maybe to here. Yeah. Now, can we say that since, let's say, a person has performed a valid ablution, then wore khuff, and then also the arm sleeves. So when the person is performing ablution, can the person say, I wore the arm sleeves with what? When I was with a valid and complete ablution. So when I'm performing ablution, I don't have to wash the arm. I can just rub on it as I do with the khuff. Is it permissible to do that?
No.
Is it permissible?
No.
It's not permissible. Washing the hands is what? It's further. Even if, let's say, you've gotten someone who sewn a long sleeve with a leather, or an arm sleeve with a leather for you can't wipe on it. Do you get it? You don't get, you can't wipe on it.
Okay, Sheikh, please, I want to get this word. On the bandage, do you wipe or like you just wipe like how you wipe the khuff?
No, you wipe on this way. Let's say that the injury is here or the wound is here, and then there's a bandage here. So what do? You wipe here like this. How do you do when you are performing tayammum? The same thing, right? You just wipe here, then move it this way. Like this, the same way. You get it the same way. That is if it will not cause any harm. But if it will cause harm, then you what? You perform tayammum, or you leave it and wash where you can wash.
So,
right?
Like the way our brother asked that maybe when it comes in contact it will smell. This time it's not about the smell, it's not about it causing any injury. But when water comes in, the bandage will not be
to not tighten.
not tight the way it's supposed to be. So with that one, are you permitted to? Even the wiping can lead to that. So.
Like after wiping to loosen the distance.
Yeah, maybe if you wipe, you see there's kind of bandage you have. Yes.
Just a hook.
I don't know.
No, like I mean, there's some that if water maybe like it won't cover it well again.
It won't cover it. Yeah. So this also it will cause a harm. This
it will be referred to as harm.
Brother, you do what you can do. You do what you can do. So now, mostly they don't tie the bandage exactly where the wound is. Let's say it's here, right? It's here from here. Let's say in the middle of the arm to the elbow, right? So they sometimes start somewhere here, so it's covered where the wound is. Does not exist, just like that. So like this. So here, mostly when you touch, it will not cause any harm, right? Since there's no wound here, so you can still wash the hands to the wrist.
Unusual. What if maybe in case, like they normally do it basa basa, but what maybe if it gets to the case that where maybe Yusuf's phone maybe get to the place that
there's no wound.
Yeah, there's no wound. So for that, you still have to.
That place you have to wash it, brother. I don't know how you do it. You have to wash it.
even if
there's bandage on it.
Yeah, but maybe in case maybe it will.
It will touch the wound.
It will not touch the wound, but it will.
To loosen the bandage.
Yes.
Brother, you have to. Since there's no wound there, you have to find a way to wash it.
Even
I don't know how you are going to do it, but you have to find a way to wash it. There's no, brother, here, this permissibility given, Rukhsa, you wash where there's no wound. Sorry, you wipe. You wash where there's no wound, and then you wipe where the wound is. Right?
No.
So if wiping, it will cause you harm, or washing it will cause you harm, then what? You leave that and wash where there's no wound. You get it?
No.
But it's brother.
I think maybe let's say you wash, let's say you're wiping and you loosen, you can let somebody do it for you. Let somebody close, just tighten it for you.
Look, the reason why I said that is that maybe there's a special what's the name? Is the
No, brother. Let's move on to
arm sleeve. Arm sleeve.
No, are we not done with the arm sleeve?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the
So I didn't get it.
So
Why don't you get?
Yes,
He said we don't. You have to remove it.
Yeah, you have to remove it.
Okay, I wanted to ask a question on
Okay.
say, what if a condition where the environment or maybe the weather condition is very, very no good, like very, very no good, and you're also traveling or maybe someone on a journey,
Yeah.
and after performing your valid ablution, you wear your hoof and also the arm sleeve, and you don't have this water, or maybe there's water but it's very cold.
Very cool.
Yes, what about that? Still, you have to remove it.
Brother, see, I said that if you're in a
Even
place
if it
where the
requires
weather
help.
is cold,
Mm.
right, and you can't use water, what do? You perform tayammum.
No, you're on a journey. There's no sun.
There's no sun.
Maybe you're in a car. Or,
You're in a
say,
car,
yes, in a way, in a state, you can perform prayer as well.
and it's time for prayer.
Mm. But there's water, but it's very good.
So it's very cold. So now, you look at your distance.
Mm.
Are you close to where you are going? And where you are going, is the weather okay? Can you perform tayammum or ablution there? If yes, and then you're close, you wait till you get there, right?
So
But
what
if it is far, if it is far, you what? You pray like that. Since you can't perform ablution with water, the available water, and then you can also perform tayammum. So you what? You pray like that. But as we said, when you pray in a bus or on a plane or in a ship,
You have
seated,
to wait till the time.
you have to what? You are doing it that what? To honor and venerate the time.
Mm.
But when you land or alight or get down, what do? You have to feel, you have to make up the prayer. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So in that case, when you are honoring the time, venerating it, what you can pray without ablution, since you can't find a sand to perform ablution, you can't find anything. So you can perform ablution without, or you can perform salah without ablution or without tayammum. Is that clear? So now let's move on to what? To turban. That is what imam, right? Imama, the turban, or the veil, and also kalanswa. So there's a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the Prophet has washed, has rubbed his forelock. You know, some people have a hair here, you know, here, something like this here.
Yeah.
Okay, some naturally, not this artificial thing. Some people have this natural forelock. Okay, so this hadith says that the Prophet has wiped on his forelock, right, and then he wiped on what? On the imam. Okay, so does this mean that you can wipe on the imam or not?
Say, yeah,
You can,
with conditions.
with conditions. Okay. You don't know. Allah. Okay. So now, with the imama, and then also the kalanswa that is kept, round cap, or a veil. This we don't wipe on the veil, we don't wipe on the turban, we don't wipe on anything of that sort. We don't wipe, right? So here in our madhab, if you want to wipe on the turban or the imama or the kalanswa, what do? You have to first wipe on the what? On the hair or the head before you wipe on the imam. But you can't just wipe on the imam without wiping the what? The hair or the head. You understand? So we don't, in our madhab we don't do that. Do you get it? So a woman too can't say that she's in a place where she can't remove a veil, or maybe she can't wipe the hair. So therefore she just wiped on the veil. This, the ablution is not complete. It's not valid.
Such conscious, she has to remove the veil,
Of
even in
course.
public or anything.
Brother, you don't you can't wipe, so find a way to do that.
If we can, why did the Prophet do it.
So the Prophet ﷺ did that. The report they mentioned that they were on a journey, and then the weather was extremely cold, right? So the Prophet ﷺ, what did he do? He did not just wipe on the imam. He wiped on the forelock.
Only the forelock.
Oh yeah, only the forelock, right? And then he wiped on what? On the imam.
At
So
the same
here,
time.
yeah, at the same time. So here, what happened? Do you remember that we said in one of the madhabs, wiping 1/3 of the hair suffice,
No.
right?
No.
Do you remember?
Mm.
We said in our madhab, when wiping the head or the hair, you have to wipe it completely, right?
No.
But in that madhab, wiping 1/3 of the head is what? It suffice, right? So here, the forelock will serve as what? 1/3 of what? So he has wiped the what? He has wiped the hair. So in our madhab, if you want to wipe the cap or the veil or the turban, what do? You have to wipe the hair. You have to wipe the hair completely before you wipe it.
So what if you wipe?
Then don't do it.
So just don't do it, you know. So do you get it? Because we discussed about the khuff, right?
No.
So many people want to say, okay, since there's permissibility to wipe on the khuff after you've performed, you've wear it or wore it up with a valid ablution, then you can still also wipe on what? The arm sleeves, the turban, the veil and all that. So people just want to play with all this. But this is as I told you, this is the ruling. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, some people don't have the forelock,
Mm-hmm.
but they have the side locks.
No, you can't use the side. You can't use the side. You can't use the side.
So maybe it will suffice one thing.
So he has wiped on the forelock, but he did that. He did that with what? With some part of the hair. To understand, which you can see it cover what? 1/3 of the hair on the head. You get it? So that is it. But brothers, in our madhab, we don't wipe on what? On cap, on turban, and also on what? On veil. And we also don't wipe on what? On arms, sleeves. Right? We
But
don't do
can you wipe 1/3 of your head when
Not
it. Perform an ablution.
Yes.
I said that considering that there are other madhabs that permits that or that do that, yes, you can do that, right? But if you want to stick to the teachings of the madhab, with the madhab you have to what? You have to wipe the entire hair or the entire head. Is that clear?
But so is it true again in the mazhab? Some say even like
The hair
in
like
the head is okay.
no, it's not okay. It's not okay. I mean, we said the minimum part you can rub is what is wanted.
That is like this.
Not this, like this. Yeah, like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. So, is there any other question?
say yes. So does that permit someone with the forelocks to just wipe the the prophet did and it's okay?
No. Without the imama or with the imama?
Okay, maybe with the imama.
With the imama, brother, we said according to the madhab, you wipe 1/3 if you want to do that. Right? But yeah, our madhab, you have to wipe the entire head. Then you also wipe the imama if that's what you want to do. You understand?
Sure. Was the prophet also having hair on his?
That's the
Yeah,
follow.